Here with Ben Bailey, the new head coach at Northside. The Eagles with the new head coach, Chad Allgood, moving on to Jones County as the AD. And Ben coming in with your first head coaching job. How do you feel about that and this challenge there at Northside?
Obviously, it's exciting growing up, being in Houston County when I was 11 or 12, knowing the traditions of Northside. This is a job you can't turn down, not necessarily the one that I thought would be my first one, but it's been awesome.
And that experience around the area. I mean, you were at Hoco for a couple of years and then being at Peach. I mean, you know how football is in this area, right? So you know how crazy those Northside fans are.
Yeah, the Northside fans are good. Football in the area has always been good. And then being at Houston County, like you said, and then being at Lee, so I'm familiar with the region as well. So it's been a good transition.
Obviously, a lot of assistant coaches want to become a head coach at some point. What was really driving you, and did you think you would get it now, or how long did you think it would take? Or I mean, that process is kind of different for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And no, I didn't have a timetable. I knew at some point I wanted to be a head coach, but I didn't necessarily really care when it was. Just the right situation to present itself. Had a few opportunities before this, but I just took the idea of whatever I was doing, do the best I could for the coaches that I work for, be the best assistant I could. And then, obviously the opportunity presented itself. And it's, like I said, one you dream of and one you can't turn down.
Absolutely, no doubt. Well, let's talk about the defense for this year for you. Had a good defense last year, only allowing a little over 16 points per game. And you've got a great player, Ricardo Jones, a Clemson commit, a safety, a very heralded prospect. I mean, look, everybody wants to have that kind of good prospect on their team. But what does it mean to have someone that can kind of lead you in that regard?
Yeah, and Ricardo's very good. He's kind of the quarterback of the defense. He's very smart. He's very talented, and I think he's still got some growing room, which is the good thing about Ricardo. But, on top of him, we've got guys like Quay Turner, who's played a lot of football for us. Obviously, Ricardo, Dalen Kendrick, Nick Linder, J.C. Coney. So there's a few guys over there that have got a lot of snaps. And defensively, Northside football has been very solid. So that's what we're looking to continue this year as well.
Absolutely, no doubt. Well, Coach Bailey is an offensive coach, was an offensive coordinator last year at Peach. So we'll talk about what he's going to be doing with that offense for Northside this year in our next report. Back with Coach Ben Bailey in his first season as the head coach at Northside. The Eagles coming off a good season last year. Obviously, 7-5. They had a playoff win before getting knocked out in round 2 by Marist. All right, you were an offensive coordinator, so you're an offensive coach. Let's talk about that side of the ball now. You have Damian D., the senior, coming back as the quarterback. He rushed for a lot of yards, almost 600 last year. He threw for 751 yards. What do you think you can do with what you like to do offensively with him?
Yeah, well, so I brought in Coach Nick Ward, knew him from Lee County. To be honest with you, I'm completely hands-off. I give him ideas and we critique, obviously, meet every single day about how we can make things better. I'm very familiar with the offense he runs, so that makes it, the not calling the plays a lot easier for me, but that offensive staff is one of the best around. So I just nitpick a little bit, but, we're going to spread it out, speed it up a little bit. That's probably the biggest change here at Northside from what people will see. But Damian D is as athletic as they come. His ceiling is awesome. He was at every quarterback school. He knows the offense. He's a smart kid. So I'm looking for him to have another big year.
The guys around him, you got to replace a couple from last year. Michael McClendon, the running back, the wide receiver, Duke McClinton. So do you have some good skilled people around him?
Yeah, Kieran Milton is returning. Expecting a big year out of him. We got a couple of running backs, Davion Lattimore, E.J. Riley, that are going to be really good for us. Got a few others that will run the football. And then we've got a few receivers, on any given day that are going to make a big difference. And we're expecting big years out of them. So, and then, offensive line, we've got Bobby Royal back, Terry Kent, some guys returning that have played a lot of football as well. So we've got a little bit of experience on both sides of the ball. And then, like I said, we're expecting some guys that have had good summer, good spring. We're expecting a lot of production out of them as well.
Finally, you said this region from being at Lee for a while, Region 1 and 6A. Hoco, of course, you were there as well. Hoco, Lee County, Thomas County, Central Tift County veterans. Tough every week, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, non-region is tough. Then you get to region is tough. So The good thing about it is I think we're good enough to be in every single game. Obviously, I take care of the football and do the things that we preach every single day, but try to stay healthy as well is going to be a big part of it. So a lot of factors that are going to go into having a good year with the schedule that we have.
First game on the 19th at Mercer against Jones County, the Macon Touchdown Club Classic. I look forward to that. Should be a lot of fun. Coach Bailey, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. Have fun this year in your first year, and we'll see you along the season, okay?
No problem. Anytime. We appreciate you. It's great to be a Northside Eagle.